Hi, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chioma Francis. Today I'll be showing you how to make your super half-cast whitening lotion. But first we're going to make our base cream. So what we have here is emulsifying wax. This is 50 grams of emulsifying wax. This is 1.5 tablespoon of citric acid. This is 50 grams of stearic acid. I'm using both 50 grams of stearic acid and 50 grams of emulsifying wax. Why? Because I want the cream to be very thick. So by the time I mix in my other pro-mixing actives, it will be in a lotion form. So this here is my body butter. This is what I'm currently applying on my body, but since I don't have shea butter, I'll be using part of it to make the cream. This body butter has shea butter, coconut oil, avocado butter, and So here is a tablespoon of propylene glycol. This is my vitamin E oil, and this is olive oil mixed with coconut oil. So this is how to make a double boiler, So I'm just going to pour in my oil. I'm just making a small cream. This is my distilled water. I've set it aside to cool. So here I'll be adding in my shea butter. At times, it's not really good to melt your shea butter over the double boiler. The best way is once you've heat your oil, bring it down, then add your shea butter, it will melt. But since I'm using very little oil and a body butter instead of normal butters that are not pre-mixed, so that is why I'm going to melt it over the double boiler. While it's melting, I'm going to pour in my emulsifying wax. Then I'll pour in my stearic acid. So I'm just gonna stir. No, it's going to melt soon. So set this aside. To this my distilled water, I'm going to add my citric acid. Here it is, 1.5 tablespoon. I don't have a preservative, so this citric acid is going to act not just as a pH balancer but also as a preservative. So I'm just going to stir. So the next thing for me is to add my propylene glycol. Like I said earlier, propylene glycol is a penetrator enhancer. It's also a humectant and a moisturizer. What I mean by penetrator enhancer is that most of the creams people make are slow to work. Why? Because they don't have anything to aid those actives in penetrating the skin. So that is where propylene glycol comes in. It helps your creams to work faster. It helps all those actives that you've put inside your cream to penetrate your skin. Although propylene glycol is not organic, if you're looking for the organic one, you can use propanadol. I hope I got the name right. Yeah, so you just mix this. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just set my distilled water aside to cool. So this is ascorbic acid and kojic acid. 1 teaspoon of kojic acid and 1.5 teaspoon of ascorbic acid. Yep. So this is still the little kojic acid I have remaining. These are just the 2 powders I'm going to be working with, because these are all I have for now. So let's tidy up. So let's talk about safety measures. Before you start, make sure your workspace is clean. Sterilize your equipment. You know how to sterilize. Just get a large bowl, add let's say 1 liter of water, then add like 20 ml of bleach inside. You can use hypo jig, soak your equipment in it, and then bring it out. Set it on a cool place to dry. Once it has dried, you can now spray rubbing alcohol on it, you know, to kill any form of germs and bacteria, because molds easily grow on creams, but you know, you won't even know, you won't even see it. There is this thing I normally add to my cream apart from a preservative. It's called sorbic acid. It prevents the growth of molds on the cream, and also EDTA. EDTA, you know, makes your cream retain its texture and color, because some creams go dark, you know, after a while. Some lose its form and every other thing. But with EDTA, the texture, the color, the consistency will always remain that way. Alright, so there you have it. My oils and waxes have melted. Just remaining few emulsifying wax to melt. So I'm going to turn off the heat and bring it down. Oh, woohoo! Staying hot though. Oh no. That is why it's good to wear a glove. See what I'm wearing, leather as glove. I know the shame. Try. Okay, so I'm just going to stir it. And since I don't have a thermometer to measure the temperature, I'm just going to allow it cool for about 20 minutes. Okay, so the next phase is for me to dissolve my whitening powders. You know, some powders are oil soluble, some are water soluble. Kojic acid, at times when you dissolve with water, it tends to be, you know, it doesn't really dissolve properly. But ascorbic acid dissolves in water very well, and it also dissolves in oil. So over a double boiler, I just added little oil to my powders, and you know, I'll just keep stirring it until it's fully dissolved. So here you can see the tip of the spoon. That's the kojic acid, to show you that it has not yet dissolved very well. So I'm just going to stir. Although I'm just using hot water because I've already off the heat. So by now my oil has cooled down a bit. It has cooled down to the temperature that we are supposed to work with, and my water too has cooled down. Don't forget, this water mixture has citric acid and propylene glycol in it. So I'm just going to pour in my water, distilled water, to the oil. You can see creamy, creamy, creamy. This the water I used is about 1 liter. Let me say 1 liter, but not up to 1 liter. 700 ml, yeah. So there, I'll just quickly get my whisk and then stir. You can see instantly it's already getting thick, so without me stirring. It's already thickening. So after stirring very well, I'll just set it aside and leave it to cool. Once it has cooled down, I'll be adding in my vitamin E oil, and then the promix will start. Okay, so here it is. You can see after like 10 minutes, the cream is beginning to get thick. It's actually so thick now. So I'm going to add in my vitamin E oil. I used 1 tablespoon because there was vitamin E oil added to that body butter, so that's why I'm not using much. So I'm just going to pour in my mixed whitening powders. I bought the whitening powders from Tiger's Mark. You know, that's where I buy most of my. Okay, so here, after adding my vitamin E oil and whitening powders, I'm going to use this to, you know, whip it up. I set it on 1. I'm just going to slowly do that. Then I'll put it on high. You can see, so white, so yummy, yummy, yummy. This is how thick and fluffy your base cream should be after making it, because by the time you mix all your orishi inside, it will now be more like a lotion. You understand? So I'm just going to whip one more. Okay, and that's it. Next stage is the pro-mixing of this lovely cream. So here, the products I'll be using for my pro mixer. Here you have Glutathione Cream Supreme, the vitamin A to C. Although it's clo better, so it's best used for whitening. And once you have achieved what you want, you know, you stop. When you use this cream for about a month or 2, it gives you the complexion you want. Then you can switch back to organic. Some people don't like tubes, although there are some tubes that claim to be organic, but I'm not so sure, you know, because all these people, they hide the ingredients in their this thing. So here we'll have Glutathione Cream Supreme Forte. Is a whitening concentrate. you will need just one of these. Okay, so my base cream here, I'm having like 300 ml of base cream. Here I've already added the vitamin C2 cream. I just have to add it because I'm the one videoing. And here, like if you're a pro mixer and you're not using Dr. Miracle's Plus, then I don't know what else you're using. This cream is this serum is anti-aging, anti-stretch marks, against dark spots, healing, anti-keloids. Like, it works, it's very nice, brightens you, prevents stretch marks, knuckles, you know, all the yama yama that comes with pro mixing. It prevents it. And another thing why we use tube in cream when it comes to pro mix is, one, these creams are made to prevent eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis. So apart from it, you know, being a whitening cream, it also prevents eczema, white patches and all that. Because some people, they'll complain, oh, I use this cream, it's giving me white patches. What caused it? Oh, I don't know. You know, some people use Combat A and all that, but this product is very good. You know, a baby whites, that's the cream now that is in vogue. Everybody wants to use a baby white lotion, a baby white serum, a baby white whatever. Like, this is it, man. And another thing we're going to be adding is vitamin C serum. This is not the type I usually add, but this one is also good. I couldn't find the one that I wanted. I also use this in mixing my whitening face cream. Yeah, so there you have it. Just 3 products. You don't need to add Magic Derma, Fireman Do, Miracle this one, Magic Potion. Some people add 10 different ingredients that does the same thing. Like, who does that? You know, these are just simple things you add. It prevents, you won't have any reaction. It will still whiten you and still work for you. All right, so let's get to mixing. Okay, I've added my glutathione tube, although I have 2, but I'll be working with just 1. This is half cast. If you want like super whitening, you can add 2, but I'm using only 1 for 300 ml. So I'm adding the vitamin C serum next. Oh my god, this thing smells like Fanta or ice. You know, that ice way with the leak when we smoke, where they tie inside leather. So I'll just try to get it out. It's quite thick inside. Need to get everything to be inside. This thing thick. It's small, but like it's plenty. You can see the ones that are inside, and it's still, you know, hasn't even gone anywhere. Oops. Let's keep my phone on the side. I don't know what thing they happen today. Okay, yeah, I think I've gotten some of them out. So next I'll be adding my Dr. Miracle. I'm going to add half first. This is half of it, and then I'm going to add half of the Glutathione Supreme Force. Can see how it is. So next I'm just going to stir with my hand mixer. Wow, you can see how it is. Even after all these things, it's still very thick. That's the work of stearic acid. If you don't want your cream to be very thick, you know, if you're using 50 grams of emulsifying wax, then you can use 20 grams of stearic acid. But I love my cream to be very thick. I prefer creams to lotions, you know. So I'll be adding the remaining glutathione comprime first. I'll be adding in the remaining Dr. Miracle serum. You know, to this you can also add your whitening glycerine. I normally add bio eclate, but since I don't have any, I'm just using this. Bio eclate is also, you know, a very good whitening active. You know, it not only whitens your skin, but it makes your skin fresh, makes it soft, you know, everything you can think of. Like, that's my #1 product, bio eclate. Anything I'm doing, I must include it. I'm going to, after mixing this cream now, you know, I'll put it in my container, and when I get my bio eclate, I'll still add it to it. So don't forget to add it, you know, to yours too. It's very good. Okay, so here you have it, your super whitening half-cast cream. You know, mine is still thick. So the thing is, when you want to mix your whitening lotion, half-cast lotion, or anything, when you measure out your base cream, if you are using let's say 250 ml of base cream, your whitening actives should either be that same 250 ml or 300 ml. In fact, 300 ml. It's better for your whitening actives to be more than the base cream itself. Let's say you want to make 500 ml of base whitening lotion. Your base cream should be 200 ml and your whitening actives should be 300 ml, or your base cream can be 150 ml and your whitening actives will be 350 ml. You can also do, when it comes to lightening, you can do like 50-50, but the products you'll be using for lightening won't be the same as the one you're using for whitening. So thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be storing this in my container. This is still too thick, so it can't, you know, go through this container. So I'll be using a more wider container for it, and I'll be storing this, you know, unmixed one somewhere else. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Thumbs up if you like, share, comment, you know, feel free to ask me any question. My number will be down in the description box. My organic ebook is on sale. Promix 2 is on sale. Thank you, see you next time. Ciao. Now, outcome of the cream. You can see how it is, so fluffy, so nice. You know, if, like I said earlier, if you want yours to be more like in a lotion consistency, then if you're using 50 grams of emulsifying wax, you should be using 20 grams of stearic acid or 30 grams of stearic acid. But I use equal parts of both stearic acid and emulsifying wax because I love mine creamy. I love, you know, creams than lotions. you know. So here you have it, and you can see it's also still remaining here. From 3 ml of cream, I'm able to get this and still have this remaining, plus the one I haven't even mixed, but these ones are the ones that are already mixed. Yeah.